Hey everybody, it's Mike Drudge coming to you from Vogt RV. The 2024 models are coming in, and behind me I have a 2024 Jayco Eagle 321 RSTS. This is a classic floor plan and it's received some updates for 2024 that I'm going to point out for you as we go through. And some of these updates will be true across the whole line of Eagles in 24, and some are specific to this unit. I want to start off by directing your attention to the profile of the roof. So there's actually an additional 5 inches of headroom clearance, and you get more storage up front because of the redesign of the front cap. So not only has that changed, but also the front cap design and the lighting. Let's check this out. Look up here, we have a beautiful Eagle backlit emblem right across the front. Man, does that look good after dark at the campground. Really, really nice, and sort of an upgraded, enhanced graphic package up here too. So anyway, while I'm up here, we'll start up here. If you add a generator, it's gonna drop in here. If you don't, you've got extra storage space. Jayco always gives you plenty of room for your battery array up here. I'm surprised how many manufacturers limit you to maybe room for a couple batteries, and here we've got more than that. If your unit's gen prep, here's where it'll go. If not, you've got that much extra storage up here as well. Now, here's our propane tank on this side of the coach. 30 there, got one on the other side as well. Next on the Eagles, you're going to have a Dexter tow assist. See this little guy right here? This is going to light up to give you information. It's not lit up right now. It's going to be either amber or green. It's going to be sway mitigation. It's going to give you a safer, more reliable ride. It's also got an odometer, a hub-mounted odometer, so you can keep up with miles. It's real helpful for maintenance issues. Also anti-lock brakes. So 3 safety things that are coming with this Dexter system that you're going to see on Eagles. Over here on the utility side, Jayco does a nice job with organizing the area where you're going to make all the connections. Okay, so if this is your first unit or your 10th, it's nice to know how to set this up. So whether you're winterizing, sanitizing, your city water connection, they're all nicely labeled. Right up here's a spray port, hot and cold. So we've got a spray port here as well as on the other side, which I'll point out momentarily. I've got 110 power right here as well. Of course, our gray and black valves mounted, easily accessible here. Over on the other wall, I've got our 12-volt battery disconnect and our auto level switches, so you can access those easily from under here. One of my favorite ways to operate the leveling system is from your phone. So you can put the app on your phone and do those controls from the convenience of your phone. Also the slides as well. I like being able to push the slides out while I'm outside watching them come out to make sure I'm not pulling them out into a tree limb or something like that. Hey, we've got a tankless on-demand water heater, a Furrion. So say goodbye to those military showers. Now you have a tankless on-demand water heater. Jayco's putting 60,000 BTU water heaters instead of the competition, which are in the 40 to 45,000 BTU range. So yay for Jayco. It's a pretty stout little on-demand water heater. Of course, we have 50 amp power to this coach, detachable 50 amp power cord. I don't talk about the vacuum bonded walls enough, but all of Jayco walls on their fifth wheels are vacuum bonded. So 144 tons of pressure for 12 minutes distributes all the adhesive and really minimizes the chance that you'll ever have a delamination issue on the side of the coach. Love that. Coming around to the back of the coach, we are prepped for a camera back here. So if you want to add side cameras or a backup camera, easy to do it. Pop that off, put the camera on. That's something that we can help you with, or you can do on your own. I have a towing package here, so I can pull a small boat or an ATV behind here, 4-prong wiring, and a lot of people will use this for a bike rack or an extra luggage rack for firewood or something like this. But it is prepped for pulling a small trailer up to 3,000 pounds 300 pounds of down pressure on the hitch. Now we have a J-port here. There's a little bit of a redesign on the J-port. This is what Jayco calls their outside kitchen assembly. So the J-port's going to slide in here. You can do your cooking from the outside here, and now they've integrated a sink in many of these models and with a cutting board in it. And you can also have your spray port, your sprayer, which lives right here. So this is the quick connect, hot and cold. Pop that in there, and I can wash off the sandy feet at the beach. I can use it to wash out the greasy pans from frying bacon or whatever out here, however you want to use it. And I can also do the same thing on the quick connect over on the other side. I've got an awning that's attached to the slide out here. I've also got a longer awning on the main part of the coach. So altogether, I've got in the neighborhood of 25 plus feet of awning coverage on what I call, of course, the fun side of the unit. This is where all the fun things happen. The campfire, the fire pit, all those things happen on the fun side. Now, you've heard me say before, it's a plus if you don't have a slide out intruding into the fun side of the unit, because this is precious space over here. What I like is that you do have an awning over this slide out, which is about 2 feet coming out. But I've also got this awning, so I've got all this area up here where there is no slide out coming into the patio area. It's just things I think about, having used a lot of RVs over the years. Look at this space in here. So I've got diamond plating on the bottom here that protects the surface. I've got power, coax cable inside in case I want to put a TV out here for tailgating and so on. Right here, this is why I wanted to leave this here to give you guys a visual. This is where this J-port stows for travel. So here's your sink. It's got a longer platform on which you can put your griddle, and it can stow right up there out of the way. Perfect. Now if you want to route some power, like an extension cord from this outlet, you can pop it through this outlet and down through the bottom. Maybe you're going to charge up a golf cart out here, or an electric bicycle or something like that. You can do that, and then you can still close the door completely and have that all sealed off in there with your power dropping out from underneath the coach. So real handy. We have our more ride step above steps here. These are great. These legs are fully adjustable, so no matter what kind of surface you're on, you have good, solid point of entry. Now here's something new, and I'll point out new things as we go around. This is a new entry handrail. So it's got a magnet right up here, if you can see that. So that magnet's going to catch right there. Take this pin and pop it in there for travel, and you're good to go down the road. To deploy it, you simply pull this down. You can pop this pin back in there or put it on the magnet while you're at the campsite. Very handy. It's lightweight and really adds to the stability when you're going in and out of the coach. Really nice. Now if you want to change that camera system into a security system, Jayco's made it a lot easier, putting a camera mount up there and also providing power to all those camera locations. So think about it, in the past when you had your cameras on the front and the back, the only time they were receiving power is when your lights are on the truck going down the road. Well now, when you're stationary at the campground, there's a switch in there to flip on. That way there's power going to all those locations, including this one, so you can keep an eye on people approaching the unit, either side as well as the back. Good stuff. Let's go inside and have a look. All right, now we're on the inside of this 321 RSTS. Again, this is in the Eagle line, and over the years, Jayco has enhanced all of their lines, but the Eagle also, and the gap between the Eagle and North Points and Pinnacle, it seems like it narrows all the time. It just feels like a high-end coach, even though you're in, I wouldn't say an entry level, but you're not in the luxury liner coaches like the North Points and Pinnacles, but you still see a lot of nice woodwork. Now we're in what Jayco's calling classic farmhouse. So instead of having multiple options, they've combined the best of all their decor options, which was this, which is essentially a grayish color, and what used to be called modern farmhouse. Now it's classic farmhouse. It's farmhouse. So you have this lighter color, which really brightens up the interior. Again, I'll point out some changes as we go around. This is one of them. I've sort of enhanced the balance on the 2024s. Big deal, I don't know. I didn't dislike the other, and these look great too. I guess that's just the guy coming out of me, but I like them just fine. There are a couple things that have changed that are a little more significant. One is this range up here. Look how beautiful it is. This is a 4-burner cooktop, very classy, chef-style GE profile. So each of these lifts out individually. That's cast iron. Down below, I've got a spacious oven, plenty big enough to make that turkey for Thanksgiving if you do want to make a turkey. I always laugh, a lot of people will look at ovens on RVs and say, that's not big enough for a turkey. We've only done a turkey one time in our big motorhome in our 30 years of owning RVs, and we ended up doing that in the crock pot. So I think it's kind of funny. But for people who full-time, and you know what? Eagles are warranted for full-time RV use, so that could be a factor. If you're in it full-time, you probably are going to make a turkey in there. Very spacious living room area back in here. So recliners right across from the television. Smart TV, I might add. I've got an extra bed here if I need it. This is going to fold out. Now, you don't have to tell anybody this makes into a bed. That's up to you whether you disclose that or not. But if your Aunt Matilda comes knocking and she needs a place to stay overnight, you have a bed for her. Otherwise, this is a couple's camper. That doesn't make into a bed. The table and chairs doesn't make into a bed, but this does. Smart TV, our fireplace down here, does a great job of knocking the chill off on those chilly evenings without having to burn propane. Now we have this JBL Aura sound bar up here. Really nice, and it just sounds great. If I could impart the sound to you over video, I would. It just, I don't know, I think it would lose the effect. But when you can crank this up, and it really does a nice job of filling almost like a surround sound feel in here. Not really an audiophile, but I am a musician, so I appreciate good audio response from whether you're watching TV or listening to the radio or whatever. JBL's a great brand, and I've bought a lot of JBL products myself over the years. Look how big this window is. I've got windows on either side, so lots of good cross ventilation. Our storage up on top here, plenty of storage overhead. Really nice to have that. I've got roller shades all the way around, so all the windows are soft close roller shades. Here's our recliners. I can put my remote controls in here, cup holders, pull this tab for reclining right across from that smart TV. Before I leave the entertainment area, I just want to point out these smoke glass insert storage areas. I like that there's already a pre-wired HDMI cable in here, so you can put another component up here and not have to fish that through or drill a hole or whatever. So thanks, Jayco, for doing that. Now here's something that's different in 2024. We have our table, and it looks like a lot like it did before. I've got 2 matching chairs that are folding chairs that live under the bed up front, but I can still extend this out for those 2 additional seating positions. But look, you can move this chair out of the way, release this tab underneath, and now rotate this around like so. Bring my chairs out here. How about that? So it's a couple. I can look at the lake or the ocean or a river, have our breakfast right here. So I have a different configuration to set this up. Plus it opens this up a little bit more, this space in here. So really neat to have that. I like that design update. Moving back into the galley area, solid surface countertops here. We have our high-rise matte black faucet and our freshwater drinking system here on the Eagle. So under here we have a 5-gallon water jug. Sometimes I get an eye roll, like, why would you need that? Why would you need why don't you just draw water out of the fresh water tank? You can do that. But this is pure water that you know where it came from, not RV park water. Yes, we do have a whole house water filter, and you should use it. That'll help filter out sediment and so on. But this way you know you're cooking and drinking good, clean water, and you don't have to fill the refrigerator with little bottles of water. So I like that. Stainless steel sink right here. I've got storage underneath and a bay of drawers over here as well. How about this? Lighted pantry with fully adjustable shelves. So these shelves will remove entirely or adjust them upward or downward if you have some taller items down below. I already bragged about this range. I have a little bit of space, prep space on either side, not a whole lot. Again, GE profile residential microwave right here. A little bit of storage on the side, each side of the range. And backlit controls, that's real nice. Your switches are right here. We've got a 4-door refrigerator, so French door style up here, and then freezer compartment here, freezer compartment down here. Now I'm noticing on this particular unit, it's EverChill. Jayco has given us the specs that it's going to be GE profile across the board, so I'm assuming this is a supply issue, that this is an EverChill at some point. These will all be GE profile appliance package from range, microwave, refrigerator, the whole deal. Kind of enhanced this whole area over here, this little hutch area. This is a great area for a coffee maker or just a decoration area. But I've got storage, 3 full extension drawers over here as well. How about this? I've got storage for a camera bag up there. How about that? Storage and storage. This is great because this flips up and has magnets to keep it up out of the way if you want this to be like a coat closet, or pop it down and I have plenty of storage for, like, use it more like a pantry. Very nice. All right, closing doors. Here's our BMPro system. So this is basically the brains of the unit. So if I go home, here's our climate control, lighting, motors, tanks, and energy. So basically all the lighting, all of these systems are controlled here. These are hardwired switches below, and they're shortcut switches to turn the lights on and off. Sorry, I just messed with the camera there. Also, if you go on this little arrow right or left, you'll toggle through awning 1, awning 2, slide 1, slide 2, and so on, retract and extend. So in the unlikely event that you ever had an issue with this tablet, it's basically an Android tablet, you still have the hardwired switches below here to use as well. Here's the cool thing. Put this app on your phone, and then you can do all these, operate all these systems from your phone. Super easy. Here's your little toggle switch for the ceiling fan that's in the back of the coach. And then, of course, by now you know that this is a grenade launcher for security. Now that's a thermistor that's sampling the air, sending that information back here so you're staying comfortable. See, speaking of staying comfortable, we have whisper quiet AC units on this. So 40% quieter than units that drop in from the ceiling. You can't see the box, so you're not going to hear any noise from it. Also, the way Jayco does the ducting, it's a double helix pattern, so there's not as much resistance on the fan motor, and it's a lot quiet in addition to being more efficient. How about this bathroom? Really nice spacious shower in here. This looks like marble tile. It's not, it's lighter weight, but man, you couldn't tell it by looking at it. It looks like real marble tile. Nice big shower wand up here and a skylight. I'm 6 feet. I could be 6'10" up here and still take a shower and everything. I've got a glass shower enclosure, very nice. This is an update in 2024, is the counter material. So this countertop material, it looks like a slab of wood. It's lighter weight than that, but they still do the undermount sink, which I love. Makes it easy to wipe off these surfaces and do, it just has an updated look. Have a nice big backlit medicine cabinet. Again, our Furrion on-demand water heater control lives right inside here. I've got this ceiling fan up here, which is designed to not allow rain to come in, so you don't have to worry about cranking it up or cranking it down the way it's designed. You just flip it on or flip it off, get the humidity out of here. I have a porcelain foot flush toilet right here. More storage underneath the sink. And before I leave this area, I got in trouble for not pointing this out one time, so I learned my lesson. I've got storage that goes all the way to the outside wall, and Jayco has held over the doors. When this model first came out, there were no doors in front of this, so now we have doors to keep all your goodies tidy in there when you're going down the road. This is new in 2024. You have basically this shake style pattern on all the doors and cabinets. So the door, this used to be a darker chocolate colored door. Now it's the farmhouse color. The door going into the bathroom is just like this. So look how bright it is. Everything is bright. So we've got the farmhouse color up here. I've got the farmhouse color all around here. Did you notice the light came on automatically in here? So this is a walk-in closet. Closet rod goes all the way through the whole width of the coach. I've got a shelf here, and then I've got power here as well. So we're prepped for a washer and dryer. Washer would go over there, dryer would go over here if you want to add those things. If you don't, you just have that much more storage area. We are CPAP friendly, so we have inverted outlets on either side of the bed to power your CPAP machine, should you have one. Now, this is a 2024 thing. Jayco has extended these sort of nightstand platforms out, presumably to accommodate a CPAP machine. A lot of people will put it on the floor though also. So, but anyway you slice it, you do have a little more room here to put maybe a bottle of water at night or something like this. We have a king bed here. And I often say the wonderful thing about a king bed in your Eagle travel trailer or fifth wheel or any RV is it's a king bed. If you have a king bed at home, you have a king bed here. The bad thing is it's a king bed and it takes up pretty much this whole room. All right, so there's always a trade-off with everything, but if you're used to a king bed at home, you have one here. These are the two folding chairs that match the ones up front. So folding chairs under here. Here's the quick connect spray port. And then for the recliners up there, we do have these inserts for your TV trays inserts, and you also have your cup holders right there in them, so you don't lose the cup holder when you're using that. Shop around like you always should. Lift up the mattress and see what you see. You'll always see plywood with a Jayco, not particle board or OSB like you will some others. Got a whole chest of drawers over here. Again, these are full extension ball bearing drawer glides. These are all my wife's drawers, and this is my one drawer that I get to put all my stuff in. And that's all I need, and I'm happy as long as I'm in my RV. Very nice up here. Now, if you want to add a television in your bedroom, you're ready to do it. You've got coax connections up here for satellite or cable. Your inverted power, again, right here on this outlet. So again, if you're off the side of the road or you're remote camping, you don't have shore power, you still have inverted power to power a television here as well. Now, I'm alluded to the security camera, and right here is that switch. So once you flip that on, you're sending power to those camera / lighting locations. So if you option those cameras, flip that on, now they have power, and now all of a sudden, like that, it's a security system. You have these little Bluetooth switches that are around different points of the unit. I've got one here, I have one by the bed over there, I've got one up in the living room. They're shortcuts for ceiling lights, hall entry lights, slide, extend, and retract. So they're conveniently placed. Again, maybe you don't have your phone handy because you can do those same functions from your phone, but it's nice to have those if you need them. All right, 321 RSTS. I didn't point this out. We have cordless wireless charging right here, so place your phone on here. If your phone does wireless charging, it'll automatically start charging, so you don't have to have USB cords sort of just dangling from here. Pop this up, and now we have our USB and USB-C, as well as 110 for coffee maker or what have you, right here on the countertop. Anxious to hear what you think about this model. If you have questions about this or other Jayco products, we're happy to help you out. If you're interested in looking at one in person, let us know. We're happy to let you know when we have one available on our lot, or you just have questions. I get a lot of questions about, hey, will my truck haul that trailer or fifth wheel safely? The best way for us to determine that is give us a call with all your truck specs so we can look up your specific truck. Just because your neighbor has the same Ford or Ram or whatever that you do doesn't necessarily mean that they pull the same amount if they're optioned differently. They have a different axle, different engine size, and all those kinds of factors. So we can look that up for you. We're happy to do that. Hey, while you're leaving comments down there, I'd appreciate it if you'd click like and subscribe, and that way you'll be the first to know when we post more videos like this. First look at a 2024 321 RSTS Eagle. My name is Mike. I'll see you next time.